Cool. Okay, so I'll get started. So welcome to arrest training. Yeah, if you've got any questions during the training, just raise your hand so use the tech unit. Or if you feel that I'm going too fast, just ask me to slow down, or if there's something that you don't quite understand, just get me to explain it before I move on.
Awesome.
Do you know how to put handcuffs on someone and check their passport?
Yeah.
Cool, I'll just get you to put some handcuffs on to cuff him, and then yep. Cool, and then just do that same process to remove them. Yep, and then you can now request for her passport, and you'll see on her passport that she's got only one violation, which is one of the criminal ones. Cool, and then I'll get you to request for it again, but this time she's going to decline it, and you'll see what it looks like when someone's declined your passport. Cool. So when someone rejects, when someone declines to show their passport to you, it is a violation of 3.2 and a 3.6. Okay, so it is a arrestable offence. We just normally let them know the first time, like that, like, hey, it is a violation of these two. You can actually get arrested for it, and then we'll just check it again normally. In this situation, you don't need to.
Yeah. So.
All right, so are you aware that you must be recording all arrests? Okay, so for the reason is that if someone was to make a Discord complaint against you, your video evidence is the only source of evidence that's going to help clear your name. Okay, you must keep your recordings for a minimum of 3 days. Also, what the vast majority of us do is we create a YouTube account, and then we just upload our videos on there, and we can send a link that way. Whoever's requested our body cam footage.
Yeah.
Also, if for whatever reason you cannot provide body cam footage, you will actually get a reprimand for it, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's our own responsibility to make sure, that we can record and we can send that video evidence through for a arrest or something that we've done.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
All right, have you seen the wanted list?
I have, yes.
Cool. Okay, so you are not allowed to request to see anyone's passport, okay, unless if they have committed a violation or a offence in front of you. So, that also goes for if they're on the wanted list. So say, for example, right, you had a look at the wanted list and you seen that Cuffin was on there, and you seen that she was driving around on the street. You wouldn't then be allowed to pull her over and check her passport just because you know that she's got violations. You'll actually have to wait till she actually commits a violation, and then you can pull her over.
Oh, okay, yep.
Okay, so even if they're all compliant and stuff, and you see that they have violations, you're still meant to arrest them, okay, But at the end of the day, right, for example, if you pulled her over and she was doing driving offences, which is a 3.4, and you seen that she had violations on her, and it's up to you whether you add that 3.4 on her or whether you just let her off and arrest her for those already pre-existing violations.
Oh, okay. Is there a limit to how many violations you can arrest someone for?
No, it's all it all depends on what they do. Also, what quite a few people like to do, now I'll do it on you, for example. What quite a few people like to do is they like to flash their passport at you. So you can just drop their passport onto you exactly like that, okay? So if they do that, do not accept it, okay? Just click reject and say that you cannot view the passport unless if they have committed a violation.
Wait, I have to decline it. Why, sorry?
You've just had a name change.
I did.
Your
Yeah,
name
your name's
Brian
Brian.
Roach. Brian Roach.
What the hell? I don't want to be Brian Roach.
Type in chat.
What a
Type in
shit
chat.
name. That's horrible. And yeah, how do I have to change? Oh, bro, I hate I used to kill them. My cousin killed all the roaches.
Yeah, they're disgusting. You know, as it looks like a moderator may have done it if you haven't done it, which I'm assuming you haven't just by your reaction. So just do /help real quick. We'll put arrest training on hold, and then you can just. All right, so moving on. So just for the purpose of this training, I'll get you just save your taser out at all times, okay? As well, so when you go on normal street patrols, just make sure that you have your taser out before hopping into the vehicle, okay? Just for the, so that you're always prepared, just so, like if you need to use your taser right then, you can just throw up your macros and then taser instead of having to scroll through your inventory. It cuts down on time.
Yep, sweet.
All right, so what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to taser cuff him, okay? And then I'm going to get you to apply some handcuffs onto her. You've got about 4 seconds to do it, okay? So the distance that you are at now, it's a good distance, okay? So, sorry?
Do I include macros?
If you want to, you can, but as for the theory part of arrest training, it's not needed until we go out onto the beach.
Oh, okay, so. Oh, I cancelled it accidentally. Oh, let me do it again.
It's okay. So tip as well, right? When tasering, so try not to stand too close to the person you're tasering, or try not to stand on them, okay? Because the slightest movement from you will disable the handcuffs. So you can taser again if you want and apply.
Oh.
Cool. Alright, so moving on, okay, so do not taser an officer unless it's for approved training. You can actually be given a reprimand for that. Okay, so just make sure, that you're only tasering an officer when training's on. To say, for example, right, you had seen, a few people in the room or whatever, like tasering each other and you knew training was on. Just don't join them, okay, because even though you may not have started it, you can still get in trouble for participating in it.
Yep.
And as well, so when you're out in the community, before you taser anyone, make sure you use your taser macro, okay? So it'll, it will look more like this. It's like those 3 macros are the ones that you'll use in that order, okay? But just make sure that you've got the taser macro in it as well, okay? Because if you taser someone without any macros and a higher up's there, higher up's just going to tell you to release them. It doesn't matter what you do, at that point, just release them.
Yep, sweet.
All right, so moving on. So from rank 0 to 3 is when you do your contrabands and your mission patrols, okay, so just keep smashing those out. From rank 2 and above, so when you've completed your arrest training, you can then go out on normal street patrols where you go out and you look for, and you're actually looking for people to arrest. And from rank 4 and above is where you can do wanteds, okay? So for example, like in rank 4 and above is where you do wanteds and you also with wanted, okay? So in the meantime, just don't do anything with a wanted until you rank 4.
Okay, yeah.
So say for example, right, you had got a wanted. So say for example, right, you rank 4 and you've got a wanted, okay? You're not allowed to private message your wanted, if you wanted one of your mates, you're not allowed to private message your wanted and let them know that they are your wanted and ask them to meet up at a private location so they can hand themselves in so you can get all, so you can get all these medals, etc. Okay, because if you do get caught doing that, it will be an instant dismissal. Because technically, class is like cheating the system kind of thing.
Yeah, understood.
As well, so we always recommend when you go out on normal street patrols that you go out with a minimum 2 officers, okay, so yourself and another officer, just so one of you can do the arresting, the macros and adding violations, and then the other can make sure that you drive safely back to PD.
Yeah. So if there's no other officer on duty, you're not allowed to go out by yourself?
It really depends on how confident you feel with it. So say for example, right, like with those officers who go out on their own, they normally just kind of do all the macros and stuff as soon as I've arrived back at PD, because it's a lot more safer to do it here than it is out on the street, because you're risk, like getting shot up and tasered and stuff because you've arrested someone's mate.
Yeah.
Also, so do not use private vehicles to arrest or, and transport a prisoner from any location back to PD, so essentially speaking, just do not use PD vehicles for personal use and do not use personal vehicles for PD use, okay? And just make sure that you use the vehicle for whatever use you're actually, like the correct use, okay? Because you can actually be given a reprimand for that. All right, so do you know the difference between the criminal, civil, and administrative violations?
No, I don't think so, no.
All right, so your criminal is all your ones, okay? So from 1.1 to 1.12, which gives the player a 20-minute jail sentence. Then your civils are all your 2s, so from 2.1 to 2.7, which is a 10-minute jail sentence. And then your administrative ones are all your 3s, so from 3.1 to 3.6, which is a 5-minute jail sentence.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so just say, for example, right, you had arrested Cuffin for a 1.12, which is assaulting a police officer, which is a criminal violation, and you had you put that violation number into the administrative box. And so I'm going to give the player a 5-minute jail sentence instead of the 20 that they're needing, okay, because the game because the game doesn't recognize the difference between the numbers. It only recognises the difference between which box you've selected. And say, for example, sorry.
Oh, so yeah, I was just gonna say I haven't done the box thing yet, so I don't know what to do with that.
It's okay. It'll be something that we'll show you in the practical part of arrest training.
Oh, sweet.
All right, so say for example, right, you had arrested Cuffin again for a 1.12, and you accidentally stuck up the wrong violation. So it was like a misclick, or like we thought it was one violation and it wasn't. What you'd do is you'd do /do, and then you would avoid the 1.11, okay, or avoid the incorrect macro. So it'd look like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and as well, though, like we do that just to make it look a bit more like professional as well, so it just looks more tidy. So, so if someone was to put in a complaint, like they would see from your body cam evidence that, like, yes, you did put up the incorrect macro, but you had avoided it, though, They would actually also see as well, though, like, when it comes to the adding the violations part, that you didn't actually add it. Because as soon as you add the wrong violation onto the player's passport, there's no going back with it. All right, so before we move on, have you got any questions, or is there anything that you want me to elaborate on?
Not now, but I'll let you know later if I have any.
All right, cool as. All right, so we're just going to keep cuff and cuffed, and then we'll head out into a patrol car and we'll go to the beach and do some practical work. If you taser someone twice, you can, okay? No, but just make only twice that you're tasering, okay? Any more than twice comes with, I think comes to a abuse with the taser.
Yeah. So and that's like, what happens if you do tase them twice, but they get up again? Then you just leave them, or?
Well, then you'd kind of give them a chance to run away, and then you'd redo your macros, and then you would do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yep. All right, so jump in the vehicle. So the first thing that you should always do once you've arrested someone, okay, is step into the vehicle, okay, just so you're in a confined area where cuffing cannot run around, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so then you're in a vehicle, hypothetically speaking, you're at a safe location. The first arresting macro that you'll put up is on here, which is stating who you are, letting the player know that they've been arrested, and you're reading them their rights. And then the second one to follow that up is, "Sir or ma'am, I have arrested you for the following violations," which is essentially just letting the player know that you're adding violations to them. So give me a second. I'm just going to put some AirPods in. All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, yep, so, yep, 1.12 is correct, and then you'd chuck up a 3.1 and then the 3.2. Yep, so you're doing 1.12 because she punched you. You're doing a 3.1 because as soon as you put the taser macro up, she started walking away. And then a 3.2 is because you told her to stop punching you and she continued. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump out of the vehicle and we're going to be doing a very similar scenario to what we just did, okay? But instead, I'm not going to be coaching you through it too much, okay? If you do something wrong, I will intervene. No, we will intervene. Okay, but just pay very close attention to what Cuffin says and what she does, because they will add on as extra violations.